All right, some of you may have seen what was initially called an offensive exchange between Big Dog TV host Kelly Ripa and ABC's first Asian American Bachelorette, Jen Tran. In it, Jen is asked a difficult question that is really about another question. And that question is more about our culture's feelings about the pursuit of fame. And no surprise, it's also about how we feel about what single women do with their social currency. And this whole moment provides an opportunity to talk about what our culture rewards and what it punishes. Whether you watch romance reality TV or not, everyone has strong opinions about picking a partner, thinking about marriage, and what these productions do when they get involved with that. Which explains why this exchange went semi-viral and why this show, which remains an objectively terrible way to find or pick a spouse, remains such a fixture in American entertainment and media. When Kelly asked Jen in obvious exasperation, why not meet your husband at medical school? In a professional workplace environment, outside at a bar, she's not really asking that question. She doesn't want the answer to that one. Okay, also apparently Kelly is allegedly famous, some people say, for doing this to all bachelorettes who come on the show. She has an issue with it, I don't know. But she has to do these interviews because that is her job. Because after all, Kelly's job is to create media segments that capture audience attention so that the networks can sell people stuff. So we've established she is in the entertainment business. You also want to know who sells products and ads? ABC. And they figured out that hate watching, cringe watching, and fan watching bring in the same green dollars. The whole Bachelor business appeals to this low common denominator of human nosiness and fascination with watching beautiful people in beautiful places fall in love doing things we might never do. As a show, it takes these very human, widely felt elements of desire and attention, and it brings it right into our living room. And this is before we even bring in the widespread desire of many people to be married and coupled up in a fairy tale romance. It also takes these dearly held values and priorities like vacationing, monogamy, marriage, companionship, and turns it all into a competition. So when Jen artfully, lightfully, playfully shoots back, "Didn't you meet your husband on TV?" she's also not answering the question because she can't. Because Kelly isn't asking why she can't find a husband in a more professional setting. Kelly already knows that Jen holds all the cards that would provide a desired fairy tale romance that doesn't require a highly produced show with vetted men. Kelly knows Jen is conventionally gorgeous. She is pleasant. She's studying to be a physician's assistant, so she's intelligent. She's clearly very comfortable with herself and being in social settings. Jen has all the traditional resources that would give her a wide range of partners to choose from. In the economy of single women, Jen is rich. Kelly's asking this because she knows Jen doesn't need ABC to find a husband. Jen needs ABC to get the one resource she doesn't have, which is fame. And what is fame? It is just the resource of attention. While many people may not fully realize it yet, the distinction between TikTok and social media famous and regular old celebrity famous, that distinction is so blurring. And while people may know the difference, the line between the kind of power it used to give you, it's disappearing. So what Kelly is really asking is, why are you pursuing fame? And by asking this uncomfortable question, she's tapping into some of the shame and stigma that surrounds women making money in public. Today we're going to get into the modern one, the one that is this inherent line of tension that ABC in producing this show walks every season. So ABC has a job to do, right? They have to pick a conventionally attractive, all-American beauty woman who fits these like traditional ideals of what we want in the ideal woman. And then they have to get her a group of men and have her be proposed to by the end and promise us some sort of fairy tale or some sort of disaster. However, part of the American traditional checklist for what makes a good woman is someone who is modest, unassuming, and quiet. And that person is usually not using her relationship status to get a public career as a personal brand. Now, in the past, ABC could kind of get away with this, right? Because what they were promising with little to no social media and a few giant corporate structures running most of advertising, you would get maybe 3 months of fame. And then you kind of retreat back to your normal life. Yeah, you could have some pictures in People or be seen here and there, but it wasn't what it is today. More or less, you could go back to your life. Now, this show can give you a lifetime of fame. So you give the show your privacy, the show in exchange gives you publicity, and this publicity turns into attention, which can be very effectively monetized. And in our culture, where entertainment is conflated with public service, this can get you a kind of power that a traditional career in medicine, law, or business could not. Instead of Jen working for a giant corporate entity which could punish her for having a child, or not give her health care, or not pay her well, or treat her badly because of sexism or racism, she can go on and become her own corporation and work for herself as a media advertising liaison. She could get access to an even greater, more exclusive group of partners after this show. She might marry a billionaire, or maybe start a billion-dollar company, which in this democracy is like becoming royalty because of the insane power it gives you. In a country where a major indicator of what kind of healthcare you're going to get, what kind of quality of life you're going to have, your access to mental health, all that kind of stuff is dependent on your wealth, this is not an unserious business choice. It's actually one that might offer more flexibility and freedom than others. We have reality stars that become presidents. We have famous people in the Senate. We have celebrities making more than teachers and surgeons because attention makes corporations big money. Traditional advertising obviously has revolutionized. And now, normal, ordinary people, individuals, have a shot at becoming giant players. The bold and shameless pursuit of power and a career is not something we tend to look favorably upon in women. And maybe for someone like Kelly, who had to jump through a lot more traditional hoops to get this is just too easy. The democratization of fame is unsettling. Now, I think it's unsettling for different reasons. I don't think being a public entertainer is the same thing as doing public service. And that's not a dig. That's just a distinction I think it's important in democracy to remember. There is certain advice, not even in politics, just in selling certain healthcare things or just going into different industries where maybe celebrity is being used to hide something else about the business or the corporation. Being good at holding attention and monetizing things is definitely a skill, but you have to remember who that skill ultimately serves. Because it doesn't make someone less biased or more trustworthy or non-political. It just makes them really good salespeople. Jen's choice, while bold, is in this culture not crazy. It's business, Kelly, but you already know that. I'll see you tomorrow. I also have a podcast. It's called The Process with Alex Baytal. It's on Apple and Spotify and Anchor. And I also have a Substack where I write essays, and that is linked in the bio. Oh, I should say what it's about. We look at culture and what it says about us. Take care. Let me know your thoughts.